Ohio? All right, it's all starting to make sense. Ohio, it's all starting to come together. It's all starting to come together. Please stay away from kids. All right, are you guys ready for another episode of conservative hijinks, wacky memes, and incredibly weird behavior? It's time for some strange behavior. Yes, we're back. We're back at it again because they just won't stop for some reason. I don't know why. But okay, let's talk about something, okay? I didn't know what was going on, but somewhere there was a wrinkle in space and time. I was laying in my bed and I felt something. Something was wrong. All right. So I felt a shake in the universe, and there was something wrong. So I loaded up Twitter because that's usually where I can find it. And I was correct. I saw something that had shocked me and shooken me to my core. I am now shooketh. What happened is that Dexerto, or whatever, however they're called, released a little article and tweet about something that I was only hoping was not happening. But it is, all right? It's very strange. We could talk about it here. There is a Fortnite kid hunter. Now, all right, I know what you're saying. Weirdos around children on Fortnite, more at 11, but this one's super weird, okay? So I think this one's definitely worth talking about. I thought the same thing, but this one is definitely worth talking about because it's just so peculiar, and the story behind it is just so odd that I actually just can't let it go. This is what happened, okay? This guy, this YouTuber, who looks like a failed clone of Jeremy the Quartering, who's a kick streamer, apparently likes to spend his time. Thank you. Apparently likes to spend his time going into Fortnite and other video games to speak to young people, children, just anybody. He likes to say, but he does like speaking to kids there as well, about trying to preach to them about the Bible and why being conservative is actually super cool and how the left is bad. And he's trying to convert people's children into like weirdo right-wing anti like gender and sexual minority, like anti-LGBT sort of like evangelical thought, which is just very, very weird. Okay. If you think that he did something that you think I should talk about, I already have it. And I was like, holy crap, what's going on here? And so I started looking into it. And the more that I started looking into it, the worse it got. Okay. Because him just like doing this is already, I think, a little bit strange. Like there's times and places for things along these lines. And I think like finding, it's not 2015 anymore. I don't think it's super cool to just like go into chat rooms and then mess with people's children as they're trying to have fun, spending time, enjoying their life and playing games. I think personally, I don't think that's, I don't know. I'm not like 12 anymore. So I don't think that's like funny or cool anymore. So I don't know. It may just be me. Right. But this guy has a sordid history is what I found out. He has a very sordid history when it comes to talking to these kids because he's been at it for years. And as you can see, they called him a kick streamer, but he didn't originally start off as a kick streamer. No. He never did. They call him a kick streamer now because he was actually banned from Twitch. All right. And it just by looking at this thumbnail that he made for one of his recent YouTube videos, I think you can, tell that this guy is on some weird stuff. He's huffing that peculiar pack, if I'm going to be honest with you. He's on that he's on that prescription strength weirdo goofball medicine that's very hard to get. I don't like it. Average streamer indeed. Very interesting, very cool. Very, very interesting and very cool, all right? But like I said, this isn't the first time that bro has been banned before. This is actually what got him banned originally. And I'm just going to do a quick recheck of this to make sure there's not anything super insane here. One second. Okay, yeah, this is crazy. So, like I said, he likes to talk. He likes to talk to children. He's been talking to children for years, and this is the incident that has gotten him. This is the incident that got him banned from lots of places. Take a look. Let me set up the premise for you. He's talking to a little Muslim kid that he found in Fortnite, and he's trying to convert the little Muslim kid. And this is how he decided to go about it.
In believing that Jesus isn't the Son of God, you're denying every other scripture before that has ever happened and saying that it's not true.
Who, me?
Anybody.
Oh.
Anybody who sits there and says Jesus is not the Son of God, because what I'm saying is you're denying what Scripture says. You're denying the hundreds of prophecies that were fulfilled through Jesus.
Yeah, well, I'm denying that because usually what you're talking about, since you're American and Christian, since the Muslim culture, we don't really talk about that.
They don't talk about it because they don't want to believe it. That's why.
Well, it's because Muslim culture, we've been through different things to America and Christians.
And forget the fact that it's America, dude. It's just the Christianity in general. It doesn't matter that I'm in America. Christianity is all over the world. So look, if you were to die in your sins today, you would be sentenced to hell.
Why? Why would you say this? Why are you going around doing this to children? Children, mind, he knows he's talking to a little kid. He can hear that he's talking to a little kid. And so he decide the best way that he's going to be spending his time is wearing some like weirdo goddamn like King of Geek Squad ass fucking fit. Like he's someone important. Bro's over here dressed like one of the Riddler's henchmen. And he thinks we're supposed to take him seriously here. And as he tells little children on Fortnite that they're going to die and burn in hell. Why? Why?
The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God that created the earth in 6 days and rested on the seventh, he is telling you that the only way to heaven is by turning from your sins and trusting in his son who died for your sins. That's what God teaches.
It's so fucking fucked. It's so messed up. It's so messed up. Yeah, leave the kids alone crowd decides to spend all of his time around the kids. It's just so weird. I don't know why he would decide to go through with this. It really started to pop off and get a lot of traction after this person made a tweet about it and saying, "Hey, Epic Games, you're gonna need to put this guy on a watch list." Please, the joke writes itself. He purposely plays Fortnite in hopes in getting matched with kids so he can try to talk to them about Jesus and religion. His content is creepy and targeting children. It is, actually. I finally found a hashtag Fortnite girl to evangelize to, but watch the video. I asked hashtag Fortnite kids about dinosaurs. Man on the street. It's why? So also, what the heck is this soy face? We came from sea monkeys. Stop. Yes, these are his thumbnails, just so you know. These are not like thumbnails that like were just made up. These are his thumbnails. All right. He's the one hunting children. These are the ones that he made. And it's just crazy. It's just like, here's the thing, okay? If you actually believe in the leave the kids alone thing, then you would think that this is wrong. All right. I don't think it's wrong to talk to kids about religion, but like time and place, and this is not it. And these aren't your kids. Who are these kids? You don't know. I think it's weird behavior for any grown adult to be spending his time trying to convert children into their religion or something. And then they're going to try to say the same thing about like, and then they're going to try to say the same thing about like LGBT issues. LGBT issues aren't a religion. It's not a religion. Not being a bad person is not a frame of thought. It doesn't make any sense. I can promise you that a parent doesn't want an older man talking to their kids about Jesus and religious beliefs on voice comms without their knowledge. That's beyond weirdo behavior, dude. Conservatives want to know what a groomer looks like. I've got news for you. No one is wearing a rainbow shirt. It's this guy right here. Spreading religious beliefs to kids without parents' knowledge is wrong. And he's not an educator. He is literally just some guy, right? He's not like a youth pastor or anything. He's just some guy. He works a normal job and then comes home to try to convert children into hating gay people. Like, I think that's pretty messed up. No matter what, dude. And if like conservatives want to like bastardize and make grooming such like an inconsequential word, then well, it's right here. I don't think this is like technically by definition, like the actual technical by definition grooming, mostly because it's different. But if they want to water down the word grooming to the point where grooming just means when you say something where a child can hear it, then, well, there you go. Congratulations. This is grooming now. You did it. Good work. Really proud of you. All right. And I do actually think that this guy needs to stop. He needs to be stopped. He's been banned from a lot of places, and he needs to be banned from Fortnite as well. I think this isn't something that you should be doing. This is creepy and weird. We don't live in the mid 2000s anymore where like bothering children online is cool and cute and funny anymore. Okay. It's not. It's weird. It's weird. Get a job. Freak. The speaking to children over voice comms in Fortnite needs to stop. It needed to stop a long time ago. And if that means Epic Games comes to this guy and puts a couple of holes in his account, well, he has my blessing. Well, he has my hecking blessing. Stop harassing kids online. Challenge impossible difficulty. Impossible difficulty. When this came out, he decided to make a little like speech about it. This sadly is just another example of members of the LGBTQ community targeting a hashtag Christian because of our beliefs, and the accusations are 100% false. No, they're not. The accusations are you talk to children and try to like convert them, and you tell them they're going to hell over video games. That's true. You literally do it. That's something you actually do. I never said I purposely play Fortnite in the hopes of getting matched with kids. I don't know if you purposely do it to get matches with kids, but you definitely like do it to get matches with anybody, also including kids. You're perfectly fine getting matches with like little kids, which I think is weird and creepy, and you need to stop. Actually, you need to stop. For the record, 13-year-olds are playing. Wait a second. Wait, what hecking argument is this guy gonna make? What freaking argument is this guy gonna make? I don't purposely play it to get matched with kids. Anyways, well, did you know that Fortnite is actually 13 plus? Like, whoa. Parents are responsible for letting their kids in an online game of voice chat. And you're responsible for your actions in that voice chat with children. Are you trying to argue that you could do whatever you want because parents allowed their kid to have a microphone connected to their Xbox controller? Really? Is this the hill you want to die on, brother? It's not illegal to record or publish content with kids in voice chat, as hundreds of famous Fortnite YouTubers do this daily anyways. We're not talking about illegal. You're weird. All right. Mr. Biden, take this streamer to the penis explosion chamber and have his penis exploded immediately. When you need to back up with your actions in pertaining to children to, well, the cops wouldn't stop me. You've done something wrong. You're already at least 10 steps off the trail, and you need to be brought back. Somebody needs to get that cartoonishly long cane to drag him off stage. Something needs to change. Very real. It needs to stop. It needed to stop a long time ago. You can't do this to me. Do you know how many children I've sacrificed? Oh, it's just insanity, bro. Come get me, coppers. I'm going to talk to as many Fortnite children as I want. It's not illegal. You can't stop me. You don't understand. It's very important. I need to be around the kids. Come on, let me have them. Come on. I've only been banned once for talking to children. Very real. And we're not talking about you going to jail. Somebody said you need to be banned from Fortnite and Call of Duty as well, and I also agree. Come on, let me have him. Let me get close to him. I gotta talk to him. John 1:19. You don't get it. Come on, come here. I don't target kids. I'm just fine with it. I'm just 90% of my conversation with adults. Just you saying, I'm sorry, we're just talking about you talking to kids. You know that you talk to kids. Stop. 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 It needs to stop. It needs to stop. Okay. And I'm tired of it. And so let's actually look through this guy's YouTube. Look at this shit, bro. Christian YouTuber gets asked about abortion in Fortnite. Why? This guy believes in reincarnation. Christian YouTuber gets asked, are all sins equal? Twitch's hateful staff and community, why I got banned. Just so you know, let me remind you, he got banned for telling a little Muslim kid that he's going to hell because he doesn't believe the same thing that he did. He told a little Muslim kid that he was going to be tortured for him and his family will be tortured for all of eternity because he doesn't believe the exact same thing that he does. All right. And this is why he got banned. And he says that it's actually hateful. It's actually hateful that he got kicked out. There's a reason why people are banning you. It should have been a wake up call for what you were doing when you got off easy. You got off easy. Stop being weird. Leave children, genuinely leave kids alone. Like when they say leave kids alone, what they mean is don't tell children to not hate gay people. When we say leave children alone, we usually mean stop assaulting them or stop trying to convert them into hating minorities. We are not the same. They aren't tolerant of they're not tolerant of my intolerance. They must be so much for the tolerant left, I know, right? So much for the tolerant left. So creepy, dude. What is this? Inquiring minds in Fortnite, teaching kids the Bible. Yeah, listen, I definitely don't target kids. Wait a second. F3. Kids again. There's more kids. There's more kids up here. Kids disrespect Jesus big time. They're children. Bro's actually getting in a debate with bro's actually getting in a debate with like 13-year-olds online and decides to make a video out of it. What's wrong with you? Stop being weird. Christian YouTuber runs into funny kids in Fortnite. What are you doing? How many of these videos do you make? Whose baby is that? What's happening here? And then recently he's been going crazy with the kids. It's been back to back children. Recently, this guy needs to be banned. He needs to get out of here. Literal kids, you freak. I found out about this guy specifically because of this video he made. Him asking the people and children in Fortnite what is a woman. He decided to go into Fortnite to talk to people and children about like what genitals people should have. It's just crazy. It's genuinely insane. Kidnapping stock babies is a step too far. I finally found a Fortnite girl to evangelize. It's just crazy. It's crazy, dude. Anyways, we gotta dive in. We gotta take a little look. We gotta take a little look. Bringing the gospel to gamers. Is he like evil Dr. K? What do you think? He seems like evil Dr. K, if I'm going to be honest with you. It's like Dr. K, but like in a mirror dimension. You know what I mean? Oh, it's this guy. I haven't seen anything about this guy before, but.
What's up? There you go. So, how's everyone's finger movements feeling this morning?
Just feeling pretty good. What about yours?
I don't know yet. First one on. I'm just playing cross the. Obviously, I could see that you don't smoke or anything like that.
I'm gonna quick scope this bot. Hopefully.
My slaves, according to the Bible.
How many?
No, but yeah, guys. I go into games, I teach people about the Bible.
Oh no. Oh no. Hey guys, just trying to chill out, play some Fortnite. You guys want to turn into a far right bigot evangelist? No, actually, I want to play Fortnite instead. Actually,
Anybody interested?
Insta kick.
Thinking about that?
Sounds awful. No.
Yeah, how hard can I beat my slaves, according to the Bible?
How many times can I wank it a day without it being considered unholy?
What do you think?
Yeah, how many times can I shake my wiener before it becomes playing with myself?
That's honestly a very valid question. Does our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ know the answer?
Why don't you read the Bible and find out? Have you ever read it?
Sounds like I want to read the Bible after dark. How Mary really got pregnant.
I take it you guys think it's all
they
joke.
really don't know who the father was, you know?
I take it you guys don't really believe in God based on.
Why would he post this? This is embarrassing. I think this is a bit embarrassing. Well, I take it you guys don't read the Bible. Wow, really? Crazy how that works out, isn't it? If this is what you want to do, why don't you just go to why don't you just become like a normal youth? Why don't you just become your average normal youth pastor or something? Why would you do this? It's so weird. No shit, Sherlock. Imagine, like, is he gonna lose a debate with children? Is he gonna lose a Fortnite debate with children? Is that really about to happen?
Nope, atheist.
I don't know if you're being serious. I mean, I do believe in God, but I don't give a about anything, bro. Like, I joke about everything.
I'm an atheist. I don't really have any problem with any religion. I just don't follow anything. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Mere ant before the greatness of God.
Well, would anybody like to hear the great gospel message?
Get money.
That's what I hear.
There's no way Jesus did not slay food. Like, come on.
Did not do what?
He hung out with prostitutes.
Well, I don't know about that, but he definitely, like, imagine who didn't want to Jesus.
They probably died because he just thought they were sinning, probably.
I think
He
you
just
guys.
like fucking his
I mean,
soup
hell,
on
I
the
might have
boys.
even wanted to have sex with Jesus.
I think it's pretty disgusting how
Sometimes
your
it is.
line of thinking is.
I don't know why. I
These Fortnite children are so crass. These Fortnite children, their language is so uncouth. Who gonna get? Can you imagine how children talk to each other during a game of Fortnite? How could this possibly be? What is happening? They're just memeing, bro. This dude having a. It's just what the fuck.
You should. It's. You should give. You should care.
What's he done to save you?
What else are you gonna live for? You know.
What else did he do to save you? You know, what did he provide you?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, in order to understand why he did what he did, you have to understand why he did it. Like why you.
What exactly did he do?
He came down from
What
heaven.
did he really do?
He came down from heaven,
kill this
lived a
boss.
perfect life, and then took the punishment for your sins upon himself and died.
How about this? Let's kill this boss and pretend it's Satan.
So like we've all sinned,
Evil.
and sin is the.
Also, he's nowhere near his squad. This guy is so. I would be more mad that this guy is really bad at the game that he plays all the time than what he's saying. Like, he's nowhere near his squad right now.
Punishment for sin according
While
to
they're
God is
fighting.
death, and
I can probably bet on a sin later today.
God doesn't want that to happen. So his son came down and took that punishment for us so that we can be forgiven. And in order to be forgiven, we have to turn from our sin and trust in his son. That's what he did.
He was a G, that was for sure.
Yeah, because God made the world. He made all of it, the world in 6 days, and he rested on the seventh.
What about the other
Which is
world?
crazy to think about. I do believe that some crazy happened, bro. That's
Yeah,
what I
God
want.
knows.
It's just
It's my
incredible.
personal headcanon.
Dude, have you ever not seen a white Jesus?
Yes.
Unless someone made a black Jesus.
Yes, I've never
Black
not seen a white
Atlanta.
Jesus. Yes, I've seen plenty of Arab-looking Jesuses in lots of different movies.
All I've ever seen is a white Jesus.
But why can't it be like some redneck guy or some shit? You know, like why is it that?
He was obviously some sort of
What, Jesus with his road beer? How am I supposed to get back home without my road beer?
Middle Eastern dude.
I think no one knows what he really looked like because God knew that people would sit there and
No.
say that, oh, see, like that's why some people think he was black, and the Bible doesn't
I think it's mostly because it happened before cameras existed. But that's just me.
tell
He
us.
wasn't black.
The Bible doesn't tell us what color he was because he
he's kinda
knew
black.
people would use that as a form of racism against other people. That's
I
why.
snagged someone's kill from Chunky Wonky. My bad, dude.
I don't give a
My bad.
He's still nowhere near his team. Is this bro? He's just Is he sandbagging? Is he sandbagging? Is his real goal to get into kids' games, and if they don't believe in Jesus hard enough, he'll throw the game? Like, what in the world?
He
I get
knew
some kills. I'm only got fucking 3.
he knew people would use it as a form of racism if they knew what color he was, like color his skin was. He knew racism would exist.
Before I start
I don't know.
trolling, like you're like actually like being serious about all this.
You haven't heard about what I did? Okay, yes.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, also, also, what he doesn't understand is that, like, everybody thinks that this is just a bit. All right? Everybody thinks it's just a bit before I start trolling. Everybody thinks it's just a bit. Like, of course it would be a bit. Because nobody would believe that a rational, real human being would come into Fortnite lobbies and try to debate children about the Bible. Nobody actually thought that was going to be real. So, of course it's a bit. They're like, oh, funny YouTube video. Of course, let me meme around some more. It sounds like, no, he's 100% serious. He's 100% serious here. Like everybody knows YouTubers going into game lobbies, talking to children and acting a fool. But nah, my bro is 100% serious when he's like, oh yeah, I'm doing this right now. And I just don't think he gets it. I don't think he understands. I mean, it's funny, even if it isn't a bit. It's a little goofy.
Dang, like you're like hardcore trying to teach us about Jesus right now while we're playing Fortnite.
Why would I be joking about it? You think people just go into Fortnite and joke around about Jesus?
Yes. Yes. What? Get a job. Pick up a hobby. Do literally anything else besides what you're doing right now. Of course. Every day, actually. They just did.
This is the first time I've ever tried to be
yeah,
educated
absolutely.
on the
I
Bible.
absolutely do.
Yes, I 1000% people would think, dude. More often than not, troll about the Bible than actually try to teach me about the gospel.
I
No.
just have people work with me that try to do that shit. I mean,
Just-
at this point, I don't really give a fuck.
Just Google Dr. Witnesser, bro.
Who?
What?
My name.
Dr. Weister.
My name. Google my name. Dr. Witnesser.
Okay.
Is he getting triggered?
He's definitely
No,
of age, bro. If he was a 14-year-old that sounded like that, bro.
Seriously. I mean, I've met 14-year-olds in this game that sound like this, and I'm like, what? Apparently.
You need a blue sword? But no, all trolling aside, yes, I do believe in
Many
all that
14-year-olds
stuff,
here.
but I'm also very lighthearted with everything.
What in the world is wrong with this
What is he
gun I'm
doing?
using? You guys ever
What is
play
he doing?
the build mode at all?
Yes. Oh yeah, I could build all this.
It's just crazy.
Behind
Bro.
me by the.
Wait.
Get them alive. I'll rest in real quick while I slurp.
Yeah, I had a full stack of slurb.
You know why? It's because
It may seem funny to you now, but it's not going to seem funny when you know the days
Yeah,
are
I'm
worse.
yeah,
No,
I'm in hell.
yeah, when I'm in.
hell isn't what you think it is, bro. Okay?
No, hell is what I think it is.
No, it's not.
It is interesting.
No,
to think
more
about
the
what hell is.
most of the Christian community have no idea what hell is, and they have a big
It's not
misconception.
some burning fucking
It's just
fire.
like what the? It's just why? Why would you do this? This is so terrible. Like, why are you trying to give children in Fortnite like religious trauma about telling them that they're going to die and suffer and and everything's gonna be terrible? Like, why do you do this? These people actively kill their own religion, and for what? Why? For what? For what? This is not the way you go about it. And he pulls stuff like this and then goes, I wonder why people aren't believing in Christianity as much anymore. Exhibit A, bro, Exhibit A. He's crazy. Bro's out of his goddamn mind. Now I want to see, now personally, I want to see the one
My name's
on Matt Walsh. Because I know, because this is the one that I saved about Matt Walsh and the shit was insane. Oh no, not again. We all deserve hell. Evangelism in Call of Duty. I can't. I'm suffering. I'm suffering. All right, here we go. Here's the crazy one.
Welcome to my channel. I go into video games and teach people about the Bible. And today's video is about What is a Woman? Fortnite edition. That's right, it's about that most recent documentary on Twitter that Matt Walsh released that at the point of making this video has gotten 158 million views. So we're going.
Well, that's how many people saw the tweet after Elon Musk pushed it. Not how many people actually watched 2 seconds into the video, which is a much smaller number. I think 60 million, something along those lines. But how many people actually like watch the video? Far less than that. But okay, interesting, I guess. Yeah, sure. Like this just in, video pushed by one of the largest Twitter accounts in the world. Got a lot of views, more at 11. More at 11. Insane string of words. It really is. It really. So I'm going to go talk to children on Fortnite about a tweet that I saw.
Going into Fortnite and asking people if they saw the documentary. We got some pretty interesting entertainment, if anything. Thank you so
Let's
much
see.
for what
I
What'd you think of it?
mean,
Documentary that's out on Twitter. What is a woman?
yep.
What'd you think of it?
I mean, it was interesting. You know, some parts I got, some parts I didn't. You know,
What parts
I'm like,
didn't?
oh gosh, forgot who was the guy who's documenting it.
Matt Walsh, I believe. He's the one that made it.
Right. Well, yeah, Matt Walsh. Okay, so I felt like with me not knowing some of the parts and me knowing some, I feel like it should have been a little bit more looked on instead of him Like, I feel like it should have been more like looked into, to be honest.
But he was
True. He had no clue what he was talking about. We talk about he asked the question, what is a woman? We could ask the question, what is a documentary? I don't think, like, technically, by definition, that like little YouTube video that he made is a documentary. It doesn't document anything. It's just a YouTube video. It doesn't document, like, it's not even like performative documentary or anything. It's just like it's just him making a point. It's not like it's like knows, yeah. Even the kid knows that there was zero research into that. Yeah. Also, I do plan on making a full what is a woman breakdown and review coming up in the next couple of months this year. I want it to be released this year, so look out for that, because I've watched all of it. I took notes on all of it, and I wanted to look at it because it's literally stupid. It's incredibly dumb, and only dumb people actually are convinced by it. And people who already believe it are already convinced by it. But yeah,
he was talking to professional experts on the matter. Like, wasn't that him looking into it?
I mean, my friends were like, yeah, it was a good idea. Them talking about.
Oh, you mean that part of the documentary where he asked a question, and instead of listening to what the person said, he just fell asleep in the middle of it and then skipped around what the person was saying to make him sound like he was dumb, even though he was giving him a full answer? Actually, here, let me see. Can I pull up my legally acquired copy of What is a Woman that I acquired legally? Here, do I have this on me? Here we go. Yeah, here we go. My legally acquired copy of What is a Woman from dailywire.com. You can tell that it's you can tell that it's legally acquired because it says legally acquired on the thing. Here, wait. Let me see. This may be it.
You just really don't want to answer the question. So I mean, someone can make a statement about themselves that could be untrue. Like, for example, if I were to say that I'm a black man, would you accept that, or would you be skeptical?
Are you black? Are you African American? Are you biracial?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, you don't look that, and I don't think it doesn't sound like that's a
big brain thinking going on here. This is what he thinks is going to destroy the alphabet mafia. These types of huge brain questions is what's going to take down the left. Bodied, completely destroyed. Wait, let me see. I want to find this part.
We study gender and sex. We're not talking.
Yeah, here we go.
Characteristics, and gender is a social construct or category.
So he asked a question about gender and sex, and then he decided to do. Oh, actually, can I? No.
Let's talk about that then. I guess we should start with, we've got gender and sex, right?
Yeah.
What's the difference between the two? Is there a difference?
I saw that in your questions, and I thought, my goodness, this is what we spend an entire semester kind of thinking through. But what we tend to think about in the social sciences today is that sex refers to a set of biological characteristics, and gender is a social construct or category. What I think is often misleading about that characterization is allowed to be sort of messy and complicated. But in that framing, when you split them up into these wholly discrete constructs, studies scholars, and really more specifically people who study gender and sex, we're not talking about sexuality right now. In the kind of academic universe that I travel in is that we see how deeply gendered ideas, cultural ideas about masculinity and femininity, maleness and femaleness, both in humans and in lots of other animals.
So that's what this guy believes is a smart and also rational discourse to have. He asks a question, he gives him an answer, and then he skips the entire answer. Very serious.
So are gender and sex two different things, or?
As you can see, very big brain here. Very smart. He's so fucking stupid. He is. He's a very dumb man. But hey, listen, this guy, he's a dumb guy, smart guy, and this is the dumb guy.
about it, but they were like, oh yeah, they should have put more time into it and talking about it. Like Mount Walsh should have like thought about it and been like, all right, so what would the pros and cons be of this, of me saying this out in front of professionals and the public?
Well, what do you mean him? Like he was, the thing was all about him talking to people in the category, like in this, you know, culture. So he was.
What do you mean in this culture? Can you imagine saying that? Can you imagine being like, I think poor people deserve food. And then you say, no, they don't. And I spent time talking to people in this culture. What do you mean culture? Homelessness culture? Believing that homeless people deserve food culture? What do you mean culture? You can't just sit here and add culture on the end of anything when you're talking about real human beings just living. That's not a culture. I don't think you know what that word means.
Wasn't really the one doing a lot of the talking. It was all the people he was interviewing doing a lot of the talking. And so
no, actually it was him, because he skipped a lot of what the people said we're talking about.
So, you know what I mean? Like he asked a question, what is a woman?
Well, then some of the questions.
You know what I mean? Like, and then he goes and talks to people.
And then he skipped the answer.
About that should know what that answer is. You know?
He skipped
One of the
it.
people that Matt interviewed, was it? Like, oh gosh, I didn't even know. It was just too much detail for me.
What about you? What is a woman?
You know what? I really never ever like thought about that.
There's
While I was watching that documentary.
There's no easy like answer for you.
But he didn't say that. He said he didn't think about it. Like most people, they don't really think about it. Whatever makes my dick hard's a woman. There you go.
I mean, like I've gotten confused in the past. Like let's say like a girl, she can be well like caring. Some girls, they just, you know, they cannot be, because, you know, like let's say in their past life they've dealt with like let's say like abuse, like family abuse in their time. Even one of my friends was like, yeah, I've dealt with abuse when I was little, and like I can get what she's going through. And yeah, I know there's other people that have gone through this, and it's like she's not the only one. I'm one of the only ones too.
So that's your answer on what is a woman.
Look at these children. Can you imagine that children don't have fully formed opinions and that are structured in talking point TV format for expert level dunks instantly? Huh. What a dummy. What an idiot. Look how stupid this kid is. What's wrong with you? What's wrong? This is so rude. Is it just me, but I find this so incredibly rude and disrespectful to treat people like this? I don't know, I just think it's wild to me. I would never log onto a video game and then talk to children about like means testing or quantitative easing or like about best ways to reduce inflation. And what are you talking about? It doesn't make any sense. And I kind of know what he's getting at. How a lot of people say like this isn't ladylike, you're not acting like a woman. Well, how should a woman act, right? Like if a woman who doesn't act like a woman are they still a woman? Honestly, in society, kind of no. There's something wrong or something different there. You're not acting like how one should. And I actually think that's like a pretty interesting point. I don't think it's fully formed, but I don't think everybody has the fully formed political opinions while they're playing Fortnite at 15. But whatever, I guess.
I had more. I have a whole little note sheet if you could give me a little bit of time.
Okay, sure. No, I'm just, you know, yeah. I was just, there was nothing.
What is a woman? You want me to go with all the details, or just like mainly what's about a woman, like the personality and whatnot?
Definition of a woman.
Definition? That's, I don't know what she's talking about. Oh yeah, like she has hair and whatnot, or what?
Yeah, she got.
Okay, so what's a man?
Oh, a man? It's literally simple questions. And you better not come back at me with that question.
So it should be a simple answer.
No, that's actually anti-intellectual. That's actually really stupid. Just because you ask a simple question doesn't mean that there's a simple answer to it. Simple input doesn't mean simple output. That doesn't make any sense. Anybody who's, I don't know, lived like an actual life would understand that. Just because there's a simple input doesn't mean like, you know, simple question. How do we reduce inflation? Do you think there's a simple answer to how do we reduce inflation? How do we simple question. How do we stop population decline in highly developed countries like South Korea and Japan? How? It's actually not as easy as you think.
It should be a simple answer, shouldn't it?
If it depends.
Simple question, simple answer.
Because some people. Simple question.
Here, listen, here. In Genesis 1.
Also, he's being trolled. Also, something I need to point out is that he doesn't understand. I don't know if he has the capacity to understand when he's being trolled, which is curious to me because like apparently he talks to children like every day on TV. He talks to children every day on his computer. So I'm actually shocked that he can't pick up when he's being trolled. Like this kid is actually trolling him right now. He's bringing up the Bible.
127, it says, so God created man in his own image. In the image God created he him, male and female created he them. Okay, and then later on he goes to say, yeah, them.
I got any he theys? I got any he thems in chat? Shout out to my he thems. Gotta be one of the genders. Shout out to my he thems out there. He they here, we're here, we're in it. Let's go.
Because it's more than one now, them. So, and then later he goes on to say a man will leave his father and wife and marry his mother and then marry his wife. And he says a man and woman. He says man and woman, male, female, man, husband, wife. He puts it all together and he goes, this is a man, male, husband. This is a woman, female, wife. Okay, and God puts it right there, plain as day. Like this is what it is. Do you agree with those terms? Like what he said? You know what God says in the Bible?
Oh, I'm a Lutheran, so yes, I do believe what all he says.
All right, still waiting on that definition, bro.
Definition of a woman.
Yeah.
You really?
That didn't actually. The thing is, I don't know why he thought that this is going to be a slam dunk. That didn't define what a woman was. Or a man was either. He just said that they existed. So that actually doesn't answer the. I don't know if he actually thought that answered the question, but it didn't.
You really want the question out of my mouth, do you?
What question? No, it's an answer. I'm asking the question. I want the answer from you.
It didn't define anything. Unless he thinks the definition of woman is rib. A woman is a rib. Tasty. Damn, women surely are ribs, and I'm hungry.
A woman is a character that can be loved in several ways, that can be treated in several ways.
That is true.
What else?
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
It says multiple women. What else?
Okay, so far.
Wait, let's get forward.
I'm gonna move on to my next. He had real problems about he could not define a woman.
You think we should ask this guy to come on?
Absolutely think he's serious. Is it really that hard to answer that question? No, it's not. So did you see that new documentary on Twitter? What is a woman?
No.
Oh.
What do you mean? Oh, Twitter's one of the smallest social media platforms on the planet in America. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Oh, do you go outside? Can you imagine walking around and being like, "Hey man, did you see that new PewDiePie video?" No, I didn't. Hey, did you see that video on Twitter? No, I didn't. Actually, the funniest thing about it is that it actually makes sense that a lot of people didn't see it because it wasn't trending. When Matt Walsh in the Daily Wire posted that video, it wasn't trending. It still wasn't trending, actually. So yeah, it actually makes sense that a lot of people didn't see it. And a lot of people don't spend literally all day, every day on YouTube. Sorry, on Twitter.
What about you, stage 4 cancer? Did you see it?
Definitely not.
Well, I'll just straight up ask you guys then. What do you think a woman is?
A biological female.
Okay, good answer. But I think there's more to it than that. There's just a little bit, more. Oh, yeah, because my daughter, who's 6, I wouldn't call her a woman. I think the answer would be adult human female. You know, because that's a woman, right?
I mean, yeah.
My daughter wouldn't be a woman. You know what I mean? No, I get what you're going at, but yeah, there's just a little bit more I think need to be added. That's all.
All right.
So that this
What is a female? There's also a question. What is a female? What does that mean? You have 2 X's and a Y chromosome. Is that a female? What about 3 X chromosomes? Is that a female? Curious how that works out, isn't it?
Documentary went into a whole thing of,
Also, they
like,
just don't
him
care.
asking people that question, like, what is a woman? And like the people he asked were just like literally could not answer the question. Like, Senator.
This is so weird too. Like, can you, like, I don't know, I would be like weirded out if somebody started doing this and then he like you very obviously have a agenda here. Very clearly have an agenda here with these kids. Also, I don't target kids.
There's
crazy.
Yeah, most of the people that couldn't answer the question were like trans activists and stuff. And like the lady that does like sex change operations, she couldn't tell you what a woman was. And like, you know, there's a man who's from
all these people did actually.
California, who is a senator. He couldn't tell you what a woman was. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, see, I wouldn't want to watch anything like that anyway.
Oh, it was
ridiculous.
It was irritating to me, like, to no end. My wife was like, you need to calm down. I'm like, this is, but the guy,
what the fuck? He was watching a Twitter video and started foaming at the mouth in his desk, and his wife had to seek medical attention. My wife had to tell me to calm down about a Twitter video, and apparently, all right. That seemed like a problem. I don't think you should. I don't think that should happen. Oh, geez.
Who did the video was a conservative talk show host, and he was making a point that this whole agenda that's being pushed on us is being pushed on our children, and people are trying to get our kids to do these operations and these medical procedures with no ramifications and no talking to them and stuff. They're pushing this stuff.
Bro, what is he saying? Word salad. He's tossing his word salad. This guy believes whatever the spaghetti soup tells him. He takes one scoop and arranges all the letters, and he's like, ah, yes, this is my next sentence.
On our kids, in other words, you know what I mean? And it's like really harmful to society. So it was a really good documentary looking at the effects of that kind of thing.
Let me kick this guy.
I think it's well worth a watch.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that whole agenda, the LGBTQ agenda thing being pushed on everybody? You got any thoughts on that?
I can't stand it, but I'm not trying to talk politics. I'm trying to play a game.
Okay, I'm right there because I go into.
No, you're not right there. Actually.
Well, kids, it's okay to be like all this other type of that's just stupid as hell. You gotta leave the kids alone.
Yeah,
that whole trans, that's ridiculous too. Like, that's mental illness. It's not.
Nice one.
No, that's stupid.
Damn, stupid children online. Who could have seen this coming?
I can't disagree with you, bro. Did you hear about the guy in Canada who got arrested for calling his own child by the wrong pronoun?
No, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that didn't happen.
He went to a hospital because they were going to force these hormones on his daughter without his permission, and he of course fought against it, and he like called his daughter by the wrong pronoun, and they arrested him and put him in jail, and he's out on bail right now.
That didn't happen. He actually revealed private information about the doctor. He revealed private information about the child's medical history, and also broke a court order to leave the family alone and not talk about his issues with the family publicly after his wife divorced him for the way he treated his child. That's why he actually got arrested, and not because he said a mean word.
Now
that's nuts.
I know exactly the story.
And she's
nuts,
like 13.
It sounds, oh man, it even sounds fake.
And she's going through these hormone things without her dad's permission. Like, she's doing it on her own. Like, with, even though her dad said, no, you're not going to do this. And Canada's like, the kid's allowed to do it without your permission. It's fine.
Something that twists my mind in this whole society, like, to be honest, it's messed up, genuinely, mentally and physically.
Did you see that new documentary on
This shit is so
Twitter?
weird.
It's actually an old documentary, but it's been on Twitter. Like, what is a woman? Have you seen that one yet?
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it. Yeah, I heard they like blocked it for a while, and then I think a woman is.
Yeah, what's a woman?
Someone with ovaries.
What? This guy's losing it. Chat, 1 in chat if you want this guy around your children. 2 in chat if you don't want this guy around your children, or just like do a quick little check. Bro, so fucking weird. What the heck? What the heck? He needs to be banished. Banish him from these realms.
Nice. I like it. Keeping
why you
it simple,
laughing?
right? Someone with ovaries. My 6-year-old daughter, she has ovaries. Would you consider her a woman?
I mean, not a grown woman.
Exactly, right? So she's a girl. A woman could be
a female.
It doesn't change like what a woman is. Matt Walsh going and interviewing people and asking them like what a woman is and like the trans community and all that. And it's really good. It's like an hour and a half long. Elon Musk promoted it.
Nah, I ain't seen it.
Oh, it's good. It's good. Yeah. So what do you think, man? What is a woman? Can you tell me what a woman is?
I don't know. Is this a trick question?
No. just anywhere.
No.
All right, well, then you don't have to worry about getting canceled. So what is a woman, bro?
This is what happens when he stays away from his team again. He's throwing again. Fucking yuck, right? Let's not talk about your Yeah, it's so weird. You're right. He's just like, well, my daughter has ovaries. Like, why are you talking about your daughter's ovaries on YouTube on Fortnite? Why? These people are so much weirder than they even try to pretend like we are. It's crazy.
Bro, stop stalling.
What do you think a woman is?
You're answering a question with a question.
I'm a woman.
Come on, bro.
I'm a woman.
What is a woman?
Today we are all women.
I'm asked. Just give me an answer.
Not new to me.
I'm flabbergasted that you can't answer what a woman is. That's crazy, man. This 42-year-old man could not tell me it like what a woman was.
Holy shit. This guy's crazy. Guys agree. Ohio? All right, it's all starting to make sense. Ohio, it's all starting to come together. It's all starting to come together. Please stay away from kids. Somebody with their head screwed on straight. I love going into games and talking about genitals to children online. Oh man. It's so funny. It's hilarious actually. Bro, that's so cool. Oh man. Wait a second. These comments are going crazy on this guy. What is a woman? Someone you never touched? Who covers her drink when you walk into a bar? That gets anxious when you approach them? Who doesn't go on Fortnite specifically to talk about genitals with little kids? Stay away from kids. Talking about genitalia with children is definitely an interesting approach. I love hopping on a game to talk about genitals with strangers. Going into the kids' games knowingly expecting to talk to minors and then ask them questions about sex and gender. PDF vibes. Can't argue with that one. Bro, I would literally run in front of an enemy and let them kill me to avoid this shit in game. Games are meant to be relaxing and fun, not a time to quiz people about a documentary on Twitter and to recite the Bible. A 40-year-old adult man talking about genitals to little kids on Fortnite. Pretty sure there's a word for that. No, this is hilarious. A 40-year-old dude getting memed on by teenagers and he willingly uploaded it on YouTube. My goodness, I couldn't stop laughing. You have the charisma and charm of moldy, damp Wonder Bread. Holy. I feel like if anybody challenged this guy's definition, he would not be able to actually debate them on it. 45-year-old man playing Fortnite. The vibes are bad from you. Here's a couple of better questions. When was the last time you had your cholesterol checked? My goodness. No. Holy. That's sheesh. Oh, jeez. Oh my goodness. All right. Seemed like the Fortnite kids are starting to fight back. A woman is a person who doesn't want to date a 36-year-old who acts like an edgy 14-year-old online and goes into chats in video games to have political discussions about whether or not a person who's trying to live their life the way they wanted is somehow a danger to other children. That is crazy. You know, the craziest thing about it is none of these guys are going to sit here and say that like drag shows are like bad for children when, listen, every time I see somebody like abusing a kid, they're not at a drag show. I've never heard of a story of like a drag queen harming a child. You know why? Because for one, I've looked for it. And two, if it happened, then these people would be like, they would make it their banners. They would cover their car in a wrap of like the news segment on it. It would be everywhere. All of their videos would start with it. You would hear it. You would see it. The thing is, the fact that you don't is proof that they don't have the information to be able to back up the points that they're making. All these people do is try to gin up hatred for minority groups. And if these people actually had the receipts to back up what they say about these people, then where is it? Why don't I hear it? Where is it? My brother in Christ. Love the predatory behavior. Love knowing my middle school bro can have this 40-year-old man talk to him about genitals and ask him if they had sex. Half of this video is him getting transparently trolled by teenagers in his own party. Oh no, this is mad sad. Somebody talked about actual trauma at 3. Oh yeah, and like somebody was talking, like he was talking about like a woman going through trauma, and he was just like, what? Don't you think you should be like a little bit more respectful to something like that? Don't you think? Bring this to Valorant. Kill. We're gonna put you in the contraption, dog. No! No! Fit his ass in the contraption. All right, guys, it's time. All right, guys. I'm sorry, but it has to be done. I have deemed this guy fodder for the contraption. It's time. I'm sorry, but it must be done. It's time. It's time. It's time for the device. I'm sorry. It must happen. Listen. He needs to stop talking to kids. It needed to stop a long time ago. We gotta put him in the doohickey. All right. We gotta fit him into the thingamajig. We gotta get rid of him. W contraption. W contraption. It's time. What can I say? The soul shredder. The soul shredder. This is sick. Listen, all right. Listen. I gotta tell you something, okay? I gotta tell you something, okay? A lot of people don't talk about this, but it must be said. These people think they're winning this culture war, okay? This culture war. I kind of even doubt that we're necessarily in a culture war at the moment, mostly because what they mean by culture war is that they are attacking minorities and we say you shouldn't. All right? That's what they really mean by culture war. All right? They'll point to stuff like this. All right? I want to show you this really quick. They'll point to stuff like this and think that means that they're winning. As you can see here, Americans' views on the morality of same-sex relations 2021 to 23. It peaked at 71% last year. And then from there, this year, it went down to 64%. I saw a lot of people talking about this and trying to make people believe that what I believe is fear-mongering, actually, that the country is getting worse and your average person is becoming more hateful, distrustful of minorities and gay people and in like LGBT rights in general. And I will posit that if you stop here, you're doing the rights work for them and making them think that they are bigger and stronger than they actually are. You are putting energy and power into that shadow puppet and allowing it to consume you. You shouldn't, because we need to think a little bit more deeply, take a deep breath, and look at this and realize that it's not actually people becoming way more distrustful or hateful towards minorities. If you can see here, when it comes to Democrats, sure, it's gone down like a little bit from like 85 to 79, but there are peaks and valleys all the time when it comes to this type of stuff. And people have stayed, more people have stayed incredibly consistent at about 80% of these, of like same-sex relations, marriages being perfectly fine. The consistency is very clear. Same with Democrats and independents. The only thing that's happened is that conservatives have become more hateful. They've gone from 56 down to 41, which is a pretty big drop. But at the same time, you need to understand these people aren't the majority of the country, never have and never will be, and they're only becoming smaller and smaller. They're only becoming smaller and smaller. And I would also think that, and you also need to look at, like, this is actually a smaller drop than it was back here, right? From like 2018 to 2019. It's almost like when you poll people and you only do one poll, there's ebbs and flows and ups and downs. But the trend that you need to understand is that things are moving up and getting better. And they will continue to get better. There will always be a drop down with these types of things, but we're moving in a good direction. And you need to understand that what he's doing right here, not only is it sad and creepy and cringe, but it's out of desperation. He knows that the way in which he's going about this is killing his own religion. He knows that as time goes on, people only become more and more loving and understanding of people who aren't just like them. And he knows that there's nothing he can do about it. And so that's why they decided to try to do this, which is to attack children and then get them to be hateful before they've had a lived experience of understanding that people who aren't like them really aren't that much different to begin with. That's why they're focusing on this. And it's sad and it's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, it will be stopped. It will. Because me and you are fighting for it, aren't you? You better be. I hope you're not just watching these videos, and I hope you're not just voting. I hope you're doing more out there to make sure that these rights are maintained, are expanded, and are codified and crystallized like diamond. Because it's way harder to take away human rights than it is to never give them in the first place. And that's something that you need to understand. And as time goes on, as more people understand and know some of these people, the more we're going to have less of these people be around. But the sad thing is they're going to get more aggressive. I think this is pretty aggressive. You know, talking to children on Fortnite in a video game about genitals is, I think, pretty sick. If I'm going to be honest with you, we talk about some of that, but this stream isn't made for kids. If you are logged out of Twitch and you click on the stream, it'll say it's not made for kids. My YouTube videos are marked as not made for kids. All of this is not made for just little itty bitty kids. Not because all of these topics are not something that kids should know of, but because we don't talk about it in a way that's age appropriate for children. We don't. You can talk about some of these things that's age appropriate for children. He won't and he can't because he's just some freaking weirdo online and not an actual teacher and educator with elementary school kids. He's just a freak. And that's what it is. You need to understand, okay? Things are moving up and they will continue to move forward. And I hope that my trans people out here who are living through this, I want you to know that you're not alone and you aren't the first person to go through this, all right? Every minority group in the country has and will continue to go through what you're going through right now, all right? At the same level, if not worse. I would say that, and even as hard as it is to feel like it sometimes, instead of feeling bad for the situation you're in, you should feel lucky that you can benefit from the infrastructure, the ideology, and the work that people who have suffered before you have put in to make sure that what you're going through right now will be nowhere near as bad or will last nowhere near as long as what they had to go through and are still going through today. You can benefit from that infrastructure, from getting out there, to organizing, to talking to people, not like this guy, and making it known that in counteracting their propaganda against you. I'll be doing it. I hope you do as well. If you don't want to, that's fine. Just because you're born into a minority group does not mean that you now need to become an advocate. Live your life and chill out, okay? And I wish you a long one as well. We'll make it. We all will. We'll get there. These guys need to leave kids alone. It's pretty sick, and I'm done with it. Ew. Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, it'll make Boo very sad. I know a bunch of you who are watching are not subscribed. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it. Thank you, Boo.